No, I feel you doing that too. Like I feel it too. Okay, about to be. All right. Back again, back again. So thank you for tuning in. We are going to be talking to you about the Kansas City Black Mamas Bailout Keep Out 2021. My name is Justice Jackson. I'm an organizer in Kansas City, Missouri, and the founder of Real Justice Network. I'm here with my team today to talk to you about how we're going to go down this year. Misha, can you introduce yourself? Tell people who you are.
My name is Misha Webb, and I'm an organizer with Real Justice Network, and I use pronouns she, her. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ashley Johnson, community organizer with the Real Justice Network.
Hi, I'm Asia Snyder, community health worker and organizer with the Real Justice Network, pronouns she, her, hers.
Hi, I'm Brandy Bella Lachi. I'm with Real Justice Network. Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with letting everyone know who we are. Here at Real Justice Network, we are a Black-led and a Black-centered collective of abolitionist organizers, lawyers, activists, and we're here building community-based movements, okay? And we support our folks. And we are here to end systems of pretrial detentions. And the ultimate goal is to end mass incarcerations. We are people who believe that being impacted, we are people who believe and who have been impacted by cages, either by being in them ourselves or witnessing our families and our loved ones being in cage. Over to you, Misha.
For those wondering what the bailout is about, the bailout is not just about bailing women out of jail. We do recognize that the prison industrial complex is an interconnected system of institutions that criminalize, punish, surveil, and incarcerate people based on hierarchies and social power. Our strategies, organizing, and policy proposals are driven by a shared goal of abolishing pretrial detention and thus money bail to actualize a vision of abolition. 80% of incarcerated women are mothers and caregivers. When overall crime rates were higher 30 years ago, there were 51 admissions into jail per 100 arrests. Since 2012, that number has climbed to 95 admissions per 100 arrests. Thank you.
So in our 2021 Bailout Keep Out, we are supporting incarcerated survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. We are aware of the lack of support available to Black survivors who seek assistance from shelters and other agencies, and their lack of cultural competency and their bias, making them ill-equipped to handle the specific needs of Black survivors. We are also aware of the bias in which law enforcement brings into domestic violence situations involving survivors. So our goal is to provide life-affirming resources and compassionate care to all survivors of domestic violence.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we are going to be uplifting and supporting Black immigrant survivors who have lost their children to state-sanctioned separation and adoption. Brandy, can you tell us a little bit more about the specific campaign that we're working on?
Sure. We're uplifting and supporting Black immigrant survivors who have lost their children due to state-sanctioned separation and adoption. Samantha Mungai, who is an Afro-Indigenous woman, has spent the last 4 years fighting to get her daughter returned to her. Samantha is Afro-Indigenous woman from Kenya. She's a mother of 3 beautiful children and a survivor of domestic violence. She has been separated from her now 8-year-old daughter by the state. We are speaking out about this injustice and demand that this family is reunited.
We are also uplifting some of the moms that have been bailed out previously, and we will be giving an update on their status. Lastly, we are also staying the course to support incarcerated people during coronavirus pandemic, which has especially been brutal on Black people and communities of color.
People who are incarcerated are extremely vulnerable to this virus and face tremendous challenges in trying to follow the Center for Disease Control's recommendations for reducing infections and the spread of COVID.
So we all know how COVID has impacted people on the outside, but people who are incarcerated are especially vulnerable, we want to kind of uplift some of our supporters this year. IWOC, Incarcerated Workers Organizing Committee. Also, the KC Black Families Homeschool Group, Hug Your Hood, our newly formed Kansas City Homeless Union, the National Lawyers Guild, KC Real Women's Rally, and the list goes on there of our supporters. I want to talk to you just a bit to let you know like what our rollout is. Normally we get to throw down and do bowling for bail and have all these other events, but because we are community health workers, we want to make sure that we ensure the safety of all people, especially because we know that we are still in the middle of a pandemic. So most of our events will be virtual. So on Monday, tomorrow, we're going to have a social action. So just make sure you look on our pages for that and uplift the things that we post. Tuesday, we're going to have a virtual speak out. We're going to talk to survivors of domestic violence. They're going to share their experiences, trying to, protect themselves, and Black women, especially, oftentimes are incarcerated for trying to protect themselves from their abuser. So we're going to talk about that. On Wednesday, we'll have a discussion about state-sponsored kidnapping and how the state is complicit with the taking of Black children. And Thursday, we'll have another social action. Friday, we're going to have a rally for mothers who have lost their children to the system. And on Saturday, we're going to have our annual Word to Your Mother Poetry Slam. And so that we will be, issuing more information about our events. We also want to make sure that people know where to donate. And so we will drop some links to our PayPal. We also have Cash App us at Real Justice Network, so that we can help get mamas out of jail this year. We are working in the Kansas City area, but we are also working in some smaller counties in Missouri and in St. Louis as well to try to bail mamas out. I would like to see if any of our other team members would like to say anything before we close out. Go ahead, Junior.
Head up, eyes open, fist clenched.
Uh-oh. So little baby says heads up, eyes open, fists clenched. That's the way we're gonna be going when we go get our mamas out of jail. Heads up, eyes open, fists clenched. We just want to let everybody know that Real Justice Network, we don't just do a bailout, we also do keep out. It's really important to us that we get to the root of why a person was incarcerated so that we can make sure that to end that. Oftentimes it's traffic tickets. It could be something even more serious, but we make sure that we link our mamas up with community health workers, somebody who can help them with those types of resources that they may need. We also do participatory defense, making sure that we follow our mamas through their court cases to make sure all goes well with those things. It's really important that we build this community, that we have this community, knowing that we are the village, right? We have to take care of each other. This is what the village does. And so we want to bring you into our village, asking you to uplift our work, support us, support Black mamas, support incarcerated mamas. Not everybody is going to have to be able to hold their children on Mama's Day this year for all kinds of reasons. And so as we close out, I do invite Junior to give us a marching order. So what do you want us to do, Junior?
Well, I want you guys to sing. Head up, eyes open, fist clenched.
Head up, eyes open, fist clenched. Head up, eyes open, fist clenched. Okay, and as we leave out, we always say that Black Lives Matter. But in this situation with Mama's Day coming up, what do we want to say, Junior? Not only do Black Lives matter, but Black Mama's lives matter. Yeah, it's okay. So Black Mama's lives matter, Black children's lives matter, and Black mamas and children definitely need to be together for Mama's Day, just like everybody else. And so please support us, please support the work. And I think that's all we have. All right, y'all. Thank you.